Ladies and gentlemen, please put your hands together for our next finalist, Mr. Joshua Shore.
You guys, this is my second time coming up on stage, so I feel like we've gotten to know each other just a little bit better, and I wanted to share something about myself with all of you. See, I'm from the Midwest, probably like most of you guys are. See, I was born in Illinois, the land of Lincoln. I moved away from Illinois at a very young age, and I moved here to Kansas. So for all intents and purposes, I grew up here. I was raised right here in Kansas. And there is one thing that always cracks me up about Kansas, and that is when I see people with plastic surgery in Kansas. And I am not talking about the small stuff, you guys. I don't mean like, you broke your nose arguing with some broad in the beer garden on St. Patrick's Day over the last aluminum bottle of Bud Light. And now you've got to have a doctor get in there and reset your nose, because we have all found ourselves in that situation before. I'm talking about the broader end of the spectrum here. I'm talking about like obvious, over-the-top facial reconstructive surgery, you guys, where you can't tell if you're looking at Lil' Kim or Kenny Rogers anymore type of shit. I'm talking about the shallow, superficial masses who line up around the block to have their face just chopped to bits by some way too tan doctor who couldn't fucking blink if you held a gun to his head. Postscript, if your palms are tan, you're too fucking tan. That's the kind of doctor I'm talking about here. I mean, it's Kansas, you don't really see a lot of plastic surgery every single day around here. It's not New York or LA. There's not enough urine in our drinking water. But every once in a while, you guys, you're gonna run across one of these tragic-looking human beings right here in the Midwest, and you are quickly gonna be able to identify these people, because despite the fact that you can all tell, okay? We can all tell that these people put a lot of care and effort into their appearance. They're generally clean, wearing nice clothes, smell great. Whatever the reasons are, not gonna wanna fuck these people. You don't know why, you just know you do not wanna have sex with these people. All you're gonna wanna do when you see a person like this is find a corner to stand in so that you can glare at this person all night long through a hole in a paper plate, because you don't wanna blow out a retina. And wonder to yourself if their doctor really reconstructed those cheekbones out of Lego blocks. And the short answer to that question, you guys, is yes. Absolutely, he did. And that's the type of person I'm talking about here. I'm talking about the weirdos, you guys. I'm talking about the weirdos sitting in a bathtub full of virgin's blood, just like knocking back shark adrenaline, smoking a powdered tiger penis out of a broken fucking light bulb. I don't know. That's the type of person I'm talking about here. It's just ridiculous. It's ridiculous how far some people will go just to remain attractive to the opposite sex. Or the same sex, I guess, or whatever weird fuckers like that are into. I don't know, because I'm not really a people person. Maybe you guys have started to pick up on that fact. But my point is here, guys, and I swear to God, I do have a point, that I believe that there are 3 different types of rich. Now, since we are in Kansas, I will use Kansas as the example. See, there is rich, that's down here. And right above that, there's Kansas rich. Now, that usually means you've got 2 Hyundai Sonatas parked in your driveway instead of 1 Honda Accord in front of your apartment. So there's rich, there's Kansas rich, then there's movie star rich. That's way the fuck up here. We don't even think about it, because nobody we ever know is going to be movie star rich. Now, my point is, just because you may find yourself Kansas rich and you can afford to have a botched facelift, just like your favorite Hollywood comeback kid, and both of you look like you got your head stuck in the same goddamn beehive, does not mean that either one of you looks good. Now, I know that, you see people on movies and in TV, and if these people on movies and in TV shows are so goddamn responsible, then someone please explain to me where in the fuck old Play-Doh face herself, Joan Rivers, came from.
Got arrested her stone.
If you say so.
Her face at least.
Her face ain't going nowhere. That thing is not biodegradable, I promise you that. Anyway, guys, that's my time for tonight. Thank you very much for bringing me back on stage. I'm Joshua Shore.
Oh, he left me a drink. That's awesome. Thank you, Josh. Cheers. He didn't even break stride. There you go.